Well, yee-haw, how do you do? Welcome to episode 44 of the Tim Weichselbaum Show. Yep, we're still doing this. I have not given up on this. And even when I do, it will not count as giving up. It will be a well-informed decision. So it's not giving up if it was the right thing to do. Like if somebody gives up on heroin, do you give them a bunch of shit? Do you try to shame them for giving up their hobby of heroin? No, it's the opposite. You go, oh, congratulations. You quit the heroin. The devil is in the details. You're no longer chasing the demon. Anyway, this podcast is the equivalent of heroin. It's like a bad habit that eventually you should probably quit, or else it's going to get you in the morgue. A lot of people have died because of doing podcasting. My muscles are looking good. I've been doing minimum 20 push-ups a day, and that's not much. That ain't much, but it's the consistency that counts. It's the fact that I do it every single day. At least 20, sometimes a lot more. Sometimes I go like over 100. The most push-ups I've ever done in one day, about, I think 250. That's a lot. If I did 250 a day, I'd be pumped up. I didn't do any yet today, which is stupid. I don't know why, because I just forgot, I guess. I just forgot. But if I had, it would have pumped me up, and I would have looked a little more swole for the podcast. So that was stupid of me. My hair is looking good. It's as long as it's been in a long time. Since I moved to Texas, and you could tell that I live in a very, climate. You could tell that I live in, a hot climate just by the fact that I have, almost a mullet. Like, my hair kind of juts out in the back. And I used to not like that about myself. I used to be like, why do I have, a tail? Why do I have a beaver tail? Why do I naturally have a mullet? Not everybody else has hair that just goes back that far on their scalp, but I've always had it. And I used to be like, I don't like that about myself. I look like a redneck or something. I just didn't like the look. It was like a feminine. I was like, why do I have why? Why do I have that? I don't care right now. I think it looks fucking good. I think it looks good, man. You know, and I just washed my hair so it has volume. I like my hair. Fuck it. I'm not going to get a haircut. And I don't mind that I got the scruffy, wrinkly shirt look. I don't mind that because I could do it. I could get away with that because I set my own schedule. I'm my own boss. I'm my own employer. So if I'm okay with it, then that's all that matters. Nobody else is going to be like, there's no dress code in my job. I don't even know if I technically have a job. On paper, according to the IRS. I guess I have a job. I don't know what it is. Owner. I'm an owner of some company that does nothing. But that's fine. You get rich by sitting on your ass. You don't get rich by moving a bunch of levers, by making a bunch of decisions in your portfolio. Yeah. You don't get rich by moving around money back and forth. You get rich by letting it sit there and accumulate and pay dividends that reinvest automatically. You could fucking make a lump sum investment, and then 20 years could go by and you could not literally not even look at it for 20 years, and it'll grow like, I don't know, 10 times 10,000% or something like that. And you'll be like, whoa, I didn't know. It just automatically it'll be making money and you'll be getting rich passively. Set it and forget it, baby. You see, it's not that hard to stay wealthy once you have wealth. It's the becoming wealthy that's the hard part. And that's why crime is a good thing. A lot of people talk shit about criminals, but like, I'm starting to change my mind about that. I'm starting to understand why you could justify Breaking Bad. It's like, not all crime is bad. And also, the drug companies are profiting off of the death of many people. I don't know if they're profiting off the death, but they're profiting off the addictions of millions of people in this country, man. So if somebody's profiting and they're getting away with it scot-free, why can't I get in on some of that? Well, I guess there is ways I could by starting my own pharmaceutical company. Bullfuck that. Let's just sell some drugs on the street or on the internet, on the dark web. What's wrong with that? Is that illegal? Yeah, but is it morally wrong? Only if it's only if it's mislabeled. There's like if you're selling ecstasy and it's laced with fentanyl, that would be a bad thing. That'd be morally corrupt. But if you tell people, hey, heads up, this is laced with fentanyl, has 5% fentanyl, heads up, so don't take it unless you already have a very high tolerance to fentanyl. Yeah, I don't know, man. As long as you tell them what you're selling, that's crime. Like the dude who ran Silk Road, is that dude like a bad person? Not to me. All he did was create a platform for people to sell illegal substances and services to each other. But I don't know, man. Like, if there's a need, if there's a supply and a demand for something, there's going to be a market for it. I'm sorry. It's going to be black. It's going to be an illegal market. But, like, humans have needs. And just because you make something illegal doesn't mean that need is going to go away. So anyway, that was the intro of this week's episode. I almost stopped doing this. I almost was like, you know what? Why am I doing that? It's like, it's not going it's not something that like is profitable. It's just something I do for fun. And a lot of people would not do that. Like a lot of people in my position, like with my level of skill and talent, would not just do that for free. They wouldn't just donate their time for free. But with podcasting, for some reason, I look at that as like, you know what? I'm going to do that for free. Like, something you just do for free. But that's fine because it's not about the money. It's about banking it's just putting out a product, a low quality product, but a product nonetheless. Anyway, because I'm in between careers, which I talk about all the time on this podcast, how like, hey, I'm not doing anything I'm not working at the moment. I have not had a job for ever. Jesus Christ. But not only am I not working, I'm also not like partaking in life. Like I'm kind of like opting out of life. Not like fully, like I'm not like killing myself anytime soon. I have no plans or desires to end my life. But that doesn't mean I have a life. That doesn't so what I mean is I'm opting out of all social interaction still. I have not left the house for anything except to retrieve mail and to take out the trash in over a month. And it's great. Whatever. There's a reason that I just am weighing the risk versus benefits of going out. It's like, okay, it costs money. I'm going to get sun exposure, which could cause cancer. What else? I'm just getting exposed to things that could hurt me, like other people. It's like, it's not animals that I'm too worried about. Like, there's bugs that I do worry about. They take up a lot of mental real estate. Just living here, I got to worry about that. Got to worry about bugs. When I go out, I got to worry about other Texans. Ooh, man. Texans are fucking douchebags. Like, they're more like aggressive than like the liberals that I kind of escaped from in Chicago. There's a different type of liberal. I'm not going to name names, but like, whatever. Like, liberal encompasses more than just, like the upper class white people. That's not like Democrats. Let's just say that. There's some dangerous types of violent people on both sides of the political spectrum. And like Texas, a lot of people complain about the politics here. The ones on the left tend to do that with the whole abortion. Like, you could get like a felony for partaking. What is the word I'm looking for? For performing an abortion. It's like a crime. Apparently, I didn't know this. I thought it was just like, okay. I didn't know it was illegal, and it wasn't. It wasn't always illegal to do abortions in Texas, and I guess now it is or something because of some fucking law, like Roe versus Wade was repealed, and now it's up to the state to decide if we could kill babies or whatever, kill fetuses in the womb. And I don't know, I guess it's like super illegal to do that in Texas now. And as a dude who doesn't get laid or have to worry about knocking somebody up that often, it doesn't really affect me. It's like, should abortion be legal? Well, I guess it is a good moneymaker. Like, it's a good way for people that perform abortions to make money, and I care about their small business livelihood. But as somebody who doesn't have a lot of casual sex without a condom, it doesn't really, I don't have like a big dog in the fight. Like, I feel like, okay, I guess I just won't have as much casual sex without a condom. But anyway, a lot of people care about that, and a lot of people are like, we gotta do something. Yeah, well, fucking leave. Leave this purple state. Go to your blue haven. Let's just start a country. Fuck it, dude. Let's just secede from the fucking union. Make it our own country. Have the lowest taxes. The lowest amount of social programs. Let zero immigrants in. Unless they're contributing. Unless they're millionaires. Fuck it. Let's just make this a state that only millionaires can afford to live in. I'm trying to become a millionaire. I don't know. I'm a very unique individual. I could persist for years without talking to anybody. Because I'm very low maintenance when it comes to introverted needs. When it comes to social needs, my bar fills up in 2 seconds, and then it could just stay full for fucking months before I have to feed my social needs. I don't know. I'm just one of those types of people, man. I'm smarter than the most of us. Even right there, I just showed how smart I was right there by saying that sentence. I'm a fucking genius. I have a dick. I'm white. I'm a fucking set in my ways. And I don't want to just inherit a bunch of money from my parents when they die. That is not a satisfying way to make money. And the easier you make money, the easier it is to be like, fuck it, I'm just going to spend it. And the whole Bed Bath & Beyond thing, I guess I did a good job on that. Like, a lot of people lost a lot of money by, like, hoping it would go up more, and they didn't sell. They didn't know to take the profit. I didn't know to take the profit. It was up. I bought in at $11. It went up to $28. That's more than double my money. But I didn't sell. I didn't know that Ryan Cohen was going to dick his dick out, was going to just fucking, like a fucking rat, just take his entire dick out. But anyway, I made it out clean. I got all my money back, and then some. So I profited off of the meme stock. I didn't make that much though. So I made like a couple $100 maybe. And it was very high adrenaline. Like, when that type of volatility, it fucking ages you, man. It fucking gives you gray hair. And that's not what I signed up for when I got into the stock markets, you know? Because the stock market, it isn't the worst way to build wealth over time. But in the short term, and even in the long term, you could be fucking in the red for like a fucking decade in the stock market. That's why it's like a really long-term thing. To build wealth in the stock market, nothing is guaranteed. We just know that, okay, over the past century, it's gone up, generally. But there has been stretches of like fucking 5-year fucking stretches where it's just been down. So you could invest $1 million and not make a single penny back for like 5 years. In the stock market. But that's still better than most other investments that we know of. So, and like, even if you put in $1 million and the whole market goes down and you're invested in a total market index that reflects the total market, you could be down if the whole economy is down, but you'll still be like accumulating more shares of the index from dividends. So yeah, your portfolio will be down overall, but you'll be slowly accumulating more of a position in the market by shares. You'll be accumulating shares. So the next time the market recuperates and it comes back to life, you will not just go back to breaking even. You will have more wealth. It'll go up to a lot more than it did. Your principal will grow, and then anytime there's a real gain, it'll be a bigger gain than it was, as it would have been if you had not been in the market for all those years, because you would not have been accumulating more shares. So you should not be turned off by the downtrend, or the what do you call it? The downside? I don't know. Just because the market's down, you shouldn't be like, well, there goes that. I guess the stock market isn't a good way to park your money in. No, it is. Crypto is not quite the same. Crypto is in a fucking downtrend right now. It's in a winter It's a long winter, and it could be down for many years, for another fucking who knows how long before it recovers. And in the meantime, what is all my shares of crypto doing? What is all my Dogecoin, my many, many coins of Dogecoin, of Bitcoin, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, Zcash? What is all that doing while the market is down? Am I making passive income from dividends? No. No, I'm not. It's not doing anything productive. It's just sitting there and losing value. So that's a difference. Is that like with crypto, there's no underlying income tied to the company's. The underlying assets have no positive cash flow tied to them because they're not companies. Bitcoin is not a company. It's just like a currency. So it's like, okay, you ain't going to be making no passive income from that shit. So it's very like sucky when 90% of your net worth is in a fucking asset class that is not fucking making any positive cash flow. You're not doing anything. It's just like you're just hoping that it goes back up someday. And that's where I'm at. You know, like I could complain. Because I lost, like, I don't know, it's a paper loss, but it was a paper gain. I had the chance of cashing out millions of dollars in crypto, and now that has gone away. That has disappeared. Those paper gains could have been realized, and I would have had to pay a lot more in taxes, but I would have locked in the profit into US dollars, which I could have invested into the stock market. And if you have a couple $1 million in the stock market, you're going to get some of that paid back as dividends. Unless it's in like Nvidia or a tech stock that doesn't pay a dividend. But that'd be kind of a dumb thing to do because that passive income from a couple mil is like a lot. That's a lot of money, man, that I could have been living off and just building over time. But no, I didn't do that. So I'm stuck in limbo where most of my money just stuck in crypto land. So the second it goes up, I'm going to be selling it, putting it into the stock market, putting it in these conservative index funds that pay dividends. And then it's like, okay, you don't have to worry about money anymore. It's like Forrest Gump. It's like once you hit enough where the passive income pays more than your bills, it's like, okay, I'm set free. It's more, and just don't be a dick with your money. Don't spend, don't touch the principal. Okay, so what else is new? So, Zoloft. I've been taking this pill called Zoloft. It's an SSRI. It lets your brain, it has to do with serotonin. And I've been on it for about a month now. I just hit about a month of taking it every day. And I still don't know if it's helping. There's definitely some side effects like night sweats, which I'm not a fan of because I just, like, even if it's fucking cold, even if I set the temperature to like, 75 degrees, which is pretty chilly, I still sweat. And like, I don't know if it's really helping yet, man, because I don't know if my problem really was serotonin levels. I think it was more to do with dopamine. I think that's what I'm lacking is like dopamine. Serotonin, yeah, because like my main issue right now is lack of drive and lack of motivation, lack of wanting to like put myself out there and chase after that long-term, whatever, the opposite of short-term instant gratification. Yeah, delayed. That's what I have a problem with right now, is I'm just been like stuck on this like consume, just like taking whatever I could get as soon as possible and not putting any effort into my long-term goals. And I don't think Zoloft is going to, I don't know, man. Like, okay, so like, I guess what it's meant to help with is like the feeling of like hopelessness and anxiety. But I don't know if I really have that much anxiety. Like, I don't give a fuck, dude. Like, maybe it is working for that, because I certainly don't give a fuck about like social anxiety that much right now. That's not really what's stopping me or holding me back from achieving my goals. It's not social anxiety. It's the complete lack of wanting to. It's not even caring about the goals at all. Like, I don't even really have the goals. The goals just kind of like slipped away. It's like, they're just not there anymore. Like I just don't have them. And that's fine, man. Because, like, it's fine to just be a NEET. I'm a NEET. And what is a NEET? It's somebody that's not in education, employment, or training. It's just somebody who's not working towards anything and not part of anything bigger than themselves. They're not training for anything. It's just somebody who's like just basically like stagnant, stuck, coasting. They're just coasting through life. And, you know, if you're relying on other people to kind of pay your bills, that's why it would be like, I guess, a bad thing to be a NEET. Like, if you're just living with your parents and like you're not like contributing, you're not. Yeah, that's why it's, I guess, a bad thing, according to some people, to be a NEET. But if you're cash positive, if you're actually paying your bills and you live alone and you're not bothering anybody, you know, you're not like a complete negative, like, there's nothing wrong with it. Like me, I'm a fucking NEET as a motherfucker. But you know how many people are calling me and telling me to fix that? Zero. I got nobody's like telling me, hey man, you're fucking wasting your life. What are you doing? It's like, no, I'm not. I could do whatever the fuck what do you mean I'm wasting my life? That would be a weird thing to say to me, because like, I'm living it, baby. What's more to life? What am I missing out on? Like divorce, skin cancer. I'm pretty sure I'm getting everything I need as a person. If you just want to play video games all day, every day, for your whole fucking existence, and then that's it, and then you just die, I'm trying to see what's wrong with that. So if I want to do more, I'll fucking do it. Dude, I have even driven my fucking convertible. I drove it like to get mail like a couple weeks ago. I was like, hey man, this is a nice fucking car. It's just a nice thing to have. It's like, wow, I could just drive. I could just literally just fucking like, I could just do that whenever I want, and I choose not to. That's pretty badass. And like, same with like, so like, I'm happy is the point I'm making. I'm just retooling. I'm in between careers. Like, there's so many things that NEETs could be good at. that they have this skill, like they have this inherent ability, like intelligence, but they choose not to do anything with it. And that's like this problem in the world right now, and like developed in like these rich fucking countries, is like there's all these fucking spoiled shitheads like me that, like, yeah, we could work a job, we could excel at many jobs, but we choose not to do anything with our lives. And what's this, like, when is that gonna catch up with everybody? I don't know. I think it's already catching up with some people. Like, people are fucking sad. Like, I don't know, man. We're just too good. It's a thing about, like, privilege. It's being spoiled. It's like, yeah, I'm not happy with the fact that I'm not, like, doing much with my life, but also I don't really have enough of a inkling. There's not enough of a what's the word? Of like an incentive for me to be chasing those goals. It's like, you know what? I'm weighing the options. Like, yeah, I could go out there, try to be a big shot, but like, or I could just stay home and relax and nothing. And then it's like, okay, I'm getting older. I guess that's the thing, is like, you do look back on things that you could have been doing with your life and you go, well, that was a waste. I just wasted my whole 20s. But there's also something to be said for people that don't look back and plan their lives out. Some people just live too fast, and then they don't think about what they're doing in the meet. They don't take a break to think about if what they're doing is really healthy. I sometimes I think it's like better to live fast and not care about finances, because at the end of the day, we do all die, and we all end up in the same place. We all end up at a morgue. And the morgue, you know, once you're fucking in a fucking morgue and you got like the tag on your toe saying, this is what this corpse is named, or this is the number of this corpse. Like, it doesn't fucking matter what that corpse did as a person. Like, did this person have a lot of hobbies? Was this person frugal with it doesn't fucking matter at that point. So yeah, that's why it is fun to just live on the edge and just, like, you know, be impulsive and just drive fast. But then I go back to life is precious. We should try to elongate it and not take risks and be smart with money and put it away. Put a little bit of money away. Yeah, I go back and forth, but I'm starting, I like longevity, but I also, because like Warren Buffett is my father. He's my role model, and that dude is 90. He's in his 90s. But does it look fun to be in your 90s? Hell no. But it does look fun to be like an old dude who's achieved something and eats McDonald's every day and drinks Diet Coke. That's not a bad life. I mean, okay, if I was him, I would probably like at least get a few hookers here and there, get a few, fucking, not just one, I would get like many. I would why would you not want to splurge at least once or twice a year on a whole gaggle of horse and have them like fucking one after the other go down on you, fucking go up on you, fucking do whatever $100,000 would get you in one day. which is nothing to him. But that's the thing, is like, if you're the type of person who splurges on whores, you're not going to be able to save up that kind of, you're not going to be frugal with your money. You're not going to become a fucking billionaire in the first place if you're the type of person who likes to fucking just drop a bunch of money on whores. Those two things just don't go together. Like the whole being frugal and being prudent with money, and also the whole, like, yeah, give me that fucking pussy now. Get right in it. I can't wait any long. Fucking, I don't have time to put on a condom. Are you kidding me? You think I got time to put on a condom? I'm a billionaire. Whatever disease you're worried about getting, I'll pay for it. I'll pay for it. Just get your fucking mouth around this dick. You think I got time to be waiting for you to put a condom on me? So those things just don't really go together. So like, that's why Warren Buffett, you don't really hear about him having a bunch of crazy yacht parties with a bunch of young 22-year-old whores. It's like, it just doesn't work that way. It's like, I'm going to save up. I'm going to be so prudent with my money. I think he actually has a quote about that. It's like, he does mention something about how, like, sex, you shouldn't wait until you're in your 90s to have a bunch of sex. So maybe he did all that before he was famous. He threw all these fucking parties where it was just so fucking exclusive and so fucking degenerate hedonism that it was not even a thing, where they didn't even have to say on the invitation that it was an orgy. It was just fucking implied that the second you get there, you're going to see a bunch of dicks. You're going to, fucking Warren Buffett, he's going to have his dick out. He's going to be Winnie the Poohing all fucking night. Even before the party starts, his dick is going to be out. And there's nothing wrong with that, because that's the type of party that it is. If you're a fucking billionaire, it's going to be a little bit implied that there's going to be a clothing optional rule at this fucking party. It's like, oh, I didn't know that he was going to be naked with the hard on. It's like, I didn't know I was going to have to see your dick. It's like, well, I'm a fucking billionaire. I don't even give a fuck what it looks like. I don't care that it's awkward for you. You think I give a fuck that you're uncomfortable? Get out of here. You've never seen a fucking billionaire's dick before? Then apparently you must not know very many billionaires. Because last time I checked, we don't have to play by the same rules as other people. Like, anytime I'm a billionaire, pretty much 99% of the time, as long as that's how much money I have, pretty sure I don't have to be covering up my fucking dick. Pretty sure my dick could be out in like 9 out of 10 social situations if I'm a fucking billionaire. I don't even care how in public I am. I could be on television and my dick could be out, and I'm still going to be a fucking billionaire the next day. So anyway, Warren Buffett, he's my G-master. Okay, so what did I want to talk about this week, baby? Solar panels. Holy crap, do I hate fucking the future, man. Don't even get me started on I'm being in the future, man. Ugh, never mind. This is not even what I wanted. This is not even why I brought it up. But like, being in the future, first of all, you gotta like pretend that women are the same as men. It's like, fuck. It's like you gotta pretend that like women deserve just as much money as men. They gotta be in the same fucking office. They like it's fucking horrible. Anyway, so solar panels are becoming a popular thing to have installed on your roof if you have a fucking house and you live in Texas or a place that has a lot of sun. And I fucking hate it because they look fucking hideous, dude. So I look out the window right before popping the red record button on this fucking podcast, and I see right across from my fucking backyard somebody got a bunch of solar panels installed, and it looks fucking hideous. So I'm gonna fucking tell them, I'm gonna write a note, slide it under their door, and I say, yo, I hope you're happy that you just pissed off the neighborhood with your fucking wanting to have a little bit of extra power. You want to be a little bit independent on the power grid. You want to be a little bit sufficient. So if there's another power outage, you don't want your food to spoil in your fucking refrigerator. Well, good for you. I hope you're happy because now everybody hates you. What's wrong with fucking fossil fuels, man? That's why they're called fossil fuels. They're meant to be burned. Why were they put here if they were not meant to be used up and recycled by humans, a smarter, more evolved organism than these fucking pieces of shit algae on the bottom of the ocean that got compressed and homogenized into this beautiful fuel that burns dirtily. But big whoop. And okay, maybe there's some negatives to that, but God would not have allowed that shit to exist if it was not. Why the fuck would he invent oil and other fuel like coal and natural gas if he didn't want us to burn that shit? Makes no sense. So anyway, but yeah, okay, fine. It destroys the planet, the ecosystem. Microplastic is bad. I think we can all, for the most part, agree that microplastics are bad. But there's other fucking ways to get there's other ways to get energy, you know. Nuclear is not bad. So anyway, so that just ruined my fucking day. Seeing this guy with these ugly, they're so out of place. They look so fucking out of. They're just such an ugly looking thing to put on your house. They don't match the fucking surroundings, and they have all these like fucking like tubes around them from the wiring that has to be fed. It's so inorganic. Like I know that like Tesla sells roof solar panels, but they're a lot better looking. They're more integrated. So it's like, Jesus Christ, like I get it. You want to be like future forward and you want to be like carbon negative, but holy shit, does that look bad. I think aesthetics are more important than the environment. Yay, it's a tough take, but hey, that's my take. We all got them. white men, we have certain takes that are just so fucking heated and unpopular. But you can't genocide us all. You could only joke about it. Joking about genocide's fine. I don't know. So anyway, we're getting right through this. I'm getting hot in here, man. It's getting hot in here. So I still have a problem with bugs interfering in my I have like these tiny, tiny little springtails, I believe after research that's what they are. These tiny bugs that are like a millimeter long. And they're all over the place. Like I put these traps down, these glue traps. And after a few weeks, they're starting to fill up with various different little creepy crawlers. And those are the number one thing that are filling up these things. Every little square millimeter has a fucking springtail and other little creepy bugs. The reason, the number one target is the recluses, the brown recluses. And there has been a few tiny little of those being caught in these traps. No big ones. Thank fuck. Those things are fucking creepy. No adult, but so I'm still getting a few of those little of these brown recluses, and it's creepy. But I'm not that, I'm a man. I can handle it. I'm not a fucking pussy. I mean, geez, if I was in Australia, oh my fuck. They have like monsters. They had those fucking, what are they called? Not harvestmen. They're fucking huge. So at least I don't have those. But I would die if I had to live in the same environment as whatever those giant ones are called. I'm not a big fan of bugs, bro. Anyway, so let's get into the real shit. Life is optional. I already kind of talked about that. I'm a NEET. I talked about that. Instant gratification. Yep. I'm stuck in that hedonistic treadmill. Like I just keep chasing these simple pleasures, and I can't get enough. Ice cream. I'm still eating ice cream like every day. I eat 2 pints a day. I still look pretty good for somebody who eats that much ice cream as their main diet. But anyway, so let's talk about we talk about the Zoloft. I don't know if it's working. I don't know if that was really the problem. Depression, I think it was more just like something to do with the motivational part of my brain and just like, I don't know, socializing. I've gotten sick of that. Anyway, I'm 10 months sober. I did not really touch on that in a few weeks. I'm still sticking to the whole not drinking alcohol thing. Thank God that was a destructive drug to be taken. I haven't done mushrooms in a long time. And, I don't really miss them. Like, it just makes you kind of take things not for granted. I don't really need them right now. I'm not really. That's also because I don't want to have them interfere with the antidepressants. Obvious. That's like the main reason I stopped taking those. But the antidepressants, so far, a month in, they are not really giving me any more motivation. They're not giving me any motivation. So I don't know if that's really the right drug to be on. I think what I needed actually is meth. Hear me out. I know that sounds insane. I know that sounds like a what the type of thing to say, but actually it's not that it's just that I don't have the motivation to focus on the real creative shit. Like getting in and editing the videos for this podcast, like editing clips out and putting them on TikTok. That shit takes time and effort and it's draining creatively. So I think what I need is just some good old-fashioned crystal meth. Not like the street kind, though. Like, not the kind that's laced with a bunch of impurities. I need pharmaceutical-grade methamphetamine. And that's nothing wrong with that. It's just the same thing as amphetamine, but better. And I've done my research. I've Googled this I've Googled methamphetamine for ADHD. Reddit. That's all you gotta Google. If you want to know anything about anything, just Google a question followed by the word Reddit, and you'll get all the best information that there could possibly be. And so what I learned was that if you have ADHD, which let's just say I do, amphetamine is pretty much one of the number one things that they give you. They just give you the same drug that Hitler took, and look how he did. He was a pretty successful guy. I mean, okay, you could say that he wasn't like a good person because he killed a bunch of Jews, genocide and trying to take over the world and trying to make it so like only one race, whatever. I'm just saying he was a pretty successful dude. And that dude took tons of meth. Or at least amphetamine. Amphetamine has a good track record for being used by a lot of successful people. But there's this other drug called methamphetamine, which doesn't have as quite a good of a track record. Like, it has a little bit of a stigma because of fucking losers. Because fucking losers like to abuse it. Mostly white people that just like, they get addicted to it. And they get the kind that's like from the street and it's late. It has a bunch of other shit in it. It's not like the Walter White. It's not like that good. So if you have a doctor that's not a fucking pussy and he has the balls to actually prescribe you with methamphetamine, you'll get the kind that's not, pure pharmaceutical grade meth. And you take a way smaller dose than the street, than they take on this. I think like 10 milligrams, 15, something like that, is what you would take if it was prescribed. And it's supposedly, it's better than fucking Ritalin, or it's better than Adderall. And I just heard it's less jitter, it's like cleaner, and it lasts longer, and it's just better shit. So I need that. Fuck antidepressant. I'm not fucking depressed. I'm just a fucking lazy, distracted asshole. I'm just lazy, man. My mind wanders. So I just need something to just fucking level me out and make me have the ability, and just give me that acute focus to be like, you know what? This is what I'm doing. I'm going to focus on this task, and then I'm going to move on to another task. I'm not just going to play with my dick all day. And by the way, I heard that it makes masturbation way better. So if I do want to just play with my dick all day, I'll be able to do that too. Because let's be honest, antidepressants make it a lot harder to play with your dick, dude. I mean, they take away the sensitivity. So fuck the antidepressants. I'll give it another month. That's what I told my doctor. I was like, yeah, I'll give it another month. But my plan is to wait it out and like give it a chance to say like, okay, I tried it. It's not working. Give me the meth. That's what we do. That's what white people do. That's our drug of choice. Meth, heroin and more fucking meth, baby. Sign me up. Cocaine, not for me. I got epilepsy. I can't be doing cocaine. I gotta be responsible. And meth has had a lot of bad press. Breaking Bad made it cool again. But that was bullshit, man. Meth, it's not a bad drug. It just has a bad PR. So I'm going to be the new face of meth. I'm going to be the new fucking guy to make it cool again and be a functional meth addict. I'm going to be like, hey, look at me. I'm doing pretty good and I do meth every fucking day. I heard it's it's a really expensive drug though. So hopefully it's under my insurance. Hopefully my insurance is good enough to cover meth. Because I don't want to be paying $400 a month on just a meth habit. I got, it's not the worst amount it's not that much. Because I will need, the benefit will definitely be outweighing the cost. And I'll be taking, anyway, I'm not going to snort it. You don't have to snort it. You just take it as a pill. And I'll be getting so much done. I'll be getting my hair cut more often. Anyway, I think, women, man. Women in STEM. The reason that there's not a lot of women in STEM is because they're just not, they don't like that. They don't really want to do that. And B, see, men, we look at women as sex objects. And men, we are so fucking good at STEM. So if we're co-working with a woman, not all of them are sex objects, because some of them are not sexual, but most of, a lot of them we're going to see as sex objects. So we're going to see them as we're going to get boners. So if we're working all day and then we go to there's this coworker across the wherever the fuck in a different cubicle. The problem is we are going to want to fuck them. And then we're going to lose our job. And then there goes the fucking talent pool. And then the business is going to lose income because we're not able to produce as much software because all the talented coders got fired for jerking off on the job. So there you go. Anyway, so Mark Zuckerberg, this is the last topic of the episode. Mark Zuckerberg was recently on Joe Rogan's podcast, and I like him. A lot of people don't like him, but I like the guy. He's a billionaire, and he tries to, who cares that he tries to, come off as, human, and, he is a pretty human dude. He just happens to be the brain child, the dude that started one of the biggest companies in the world, but he's more human than me. This dude goes fucking rowboating. This dude does jujitsu. This dude has a wife. That alone makes him the most human dude ever. But a lot of people think he comes off as a robot, and he does. But he did eventually become more human in the Joe Rogan episode. He did eventually start loosening up and started saying cursing a little bit. It's oh yeah, this fucking shit is gay. I don't know if he said that, but I know that he's a human, and I love the guy. But I just love how he tries to come off as oh no man, I just want to, my only goal is to have people connect. That's all I am trying to do with Facebook is I just want people to connect. What the fuck does that mean, dude? No, you don't. Oh, fuck. Fucking, what kind of goal is that? I want people to connect. I like to plug in people. That's the most bullshit thing in the world. We get it. We know what you really like. You like accumulating money and power, and that's it. You're Jewish. I'm Jewish. I know what it's like to be that way. I understand the very deep-rooted desire to feel like you just have this unsatiable need for fucking power and wealth. I get it. So I don't know. I thought that was cute. And he's such a small dude. It's like crazy how like Jews are so small and cute, and like, dude, you're just so like tiny, yet they have so much power and influence and intelligence. And it's like, so anyway, I'm gonna definitely invest heavily in Meta. I think there's a future in what he is developing, even though it sounds a little bit kooky now. You know, the whole metaverse thing is definitely still, a little bit dumb. Like when I see people with the headsets and like the VR chat, it's like, I don't fucking want to do that. But I could see it going somewhere in the future, and I think that Meta, the company, is definitely gonna go back up to $300 a pop, where it was before this whole recession that we're in. Because like if you look at the chart for Meta, that shit has been just going up constantly at a very like steady rate of it, just like year after year, just up. And then all of a sudden this recession hit thanks to Biden and the inflation and the stimulus and the whatever. Like, and now it's like, okay, this is clearly a good time to be investing, but it's such a prolonged thing that we don't know if we hit the bottom yet. Like a lot of, June was the bottom so far. We're not even halfway through this whole fucking Biden term, and it's not like he's gonna get any less demented. I don't think we're gonna come up with a cure for fucking Alzheimer's, and even if we did, he's still gonna be a fucking leftist who bows to China and has all this corruption and like this son with the whole like cocaine and like the hookers and like, so it's not looking good for the economy right now. But yeah, I'm definitely would like to have some investment in more than just index fund. Like, I'm just saying, Mark Zuckerberg is a good person. Meta, I have faith in that company. And Tesla, they just did a stock split for 3-for-1. So they tried to make it more cheap looking to new investors. That's why they did the stock split. Tesla is a very valuable company that's going to stick around for a long time. I think it's more than just a car company. It's an energy company. It's a renewable energy company. And I guess I do believe in global warming. Man, do I hate solar panels, though. Those motherfuckers are ugly as balls. So, anybody who has solar panels on their house, no friend of mine. Anyway, this has been episode 44 of the Tim Weichselbaum Show. I will see y'all next week. Have a good one, y'all. Yeehaw!